circulation at all. Why did he become a man or a woman and have coronary arteries and go to the hospital for angiogram? Isn't it nice to be a snake, Nikita? This is called the Western reductionist biology. Darwin's own father-in-law, Erasmus, told him, Mr. Darwin, you are wrong. You observed a few archipelagos, some animals, that's nothing, that's not the whole world. You are wrong. But your friend Lamarck is right because he said evolution is environmental. Evolution is your surrounding. Nellore people are good because Nellore has had good people in the past also. It is not because Nellore people's genes are something different from the genes of PMA. They are the same genes. Now we know even in India now, even Kashmiris and Kanyakumari and the Adivasis in the Andhra coast, all same genes. There is no difference at all. Because human genes in the human chromosome is only 23,000. That is, even a rat has 25,000. We have only 26,000. We have nothing. You have 2.5 trillion germ genes. You and I are the children of germs and not our parents. Just imagine, for 23,000 human genes, you have 2.5 trillion germ genes. Between your mouth and your anus, you have 10 to the power 13 germs, which is 100,000 billion germs. And even if you kill a few of them by taking an antibiotic pill, you would have experienced, you lose your appetite for 1 week. Your stool consistency changes for 1 week. Your abdomen is not very comfortable for 1 week. Gadbad hota hai, gas hota hai. All this is because you have killed the wonderful germs that have sustained us on this planet. Now we go back to evolutionary biology. We did not come here from monkeys. We came directly as human beings. This planet has been now studied by evolutionary biology to be 4 billion years old. Of which the first half, 2 billion years, it was inhabited only by germs. Just as now you go to the moon, only germs are there. You go to the Mars, only germs are there. Now these germs are our fathers and mothers. These germs in the beginning were like us, hating each other, trying to be on up, making more money and more powerful and killing one another. And then they came to a level, they almost killed every one of them. Then they quickly realized, if we hate each other, we will destroy this world. Mahatma Gandhi rightly said, if an eye for an eye philosophy continues, all of us will be right. So do you know what why germs said? No, let us not fight. Let us join together and feed all of us. They started the first laboratory. Nikita, what is that laboratory? Good. Nikita is so good here. This girl will be a wonderful doctor. What did they say? They started the first laboratory which no scientist has started in India or anywhere in the world so far. They took their own carbon dioxide which they breathed out, water vapor from the atmosphere and used the ultraviolet light for sun and the green leaf. They produced the best food for mankind, for the whole world, for all times to come, called chlorophyll. Now I will give a challenge to any Western scientist, a Nobel laureate, double Nobel laureate. Make chlorophyll in your laboratory. You have all the ingredients. You have your carbon dioxide, you have your water, you have electromagnetic energy. Let somebody make it. Then you know the limitation of human science as we have understood it. Nikita? So they fed everybody. Then they said, no, we must also survive here for a time. And they donated a DNA, each germ donating a DNA and making the first nucleated cell. The first nucleated cell, which is called the zygote. That you and I were in our mother's womb on the first day that you were made. Nikita and I were zygotes in our mother's wombs. And that zygote, one cell, has divided into a colony of 120 trillion human being cells. And they are all very happy. Today I can photograph them. There is a new camera called the biophoton camera, which takes the photon light from the cell DNA And this photon light will show you your 120 trillion cells happily dancing about. You are very healthy. Somewhere they are unhealthy, they are not dancing, they are not happy, you have a disease. So scientifically, what is a disease? An abnormal energy pattern in the body. Did you understand that? So a disease is not heart disease, lung disease, head disease, leg disease, no. For example, I give you an example, what is heart failure? Heart failure is not bad dying. When the heart cannot function properly, it's called heart failure. And this involves the lungs, the endocrine structures, the body muscles, the kidneys, the whole thing. So a correct doctor for treating heart failure is your family doctor who knows the whole of you. It's not a cardiologist who knows only your heart. Your heart is a very small structure in the whole thing. So today we know every disease belongs to the whole body. And that is what is called the energy malfunction. And what should be the scientific treatment for the future? Resetting the energy. And we now have developed so many simple methods of treatment of serious diseases like brain attack, heart attack, what have you, including degenerative like Parkinson's, resetting the energy pattern using the Fritz Albert Fox biophoton camera. So simple. I tell you something that I have learned in my life. Most complicated problems that man seems to have in the problem has very simple solution. We only complicate it further. Especially if you take a problem to a specialist, he will complicate it so much that you don't know what to do with it. But it requires a genius to reverse it and make it simple and look at it simply. That requires the idea of quantum physics. Having now said what science is, so science is not measurement. So don't go on measuring your blood pressure, your sugar, your this thing. You know, some diabetics are such a bad thing, they're in anxiety state that 4 times they check their sugar every day. 4 times. And each time they check, they're so tense, their blood pressure goes up, their heart rate goes up. And that is what kills. It's not the diabetes sugar that kills. Diabetes is not sugar. Sugar is only a measure. Supposing you have fever, is it a disease? The fever may be due to typhoid, it may be due to tuberculosis, it may be due to dengue, it may be due to chikungunya, it may be due to anything. But fever is a measure. So diabetes is not sugar level, diabetes is a metabolic change in the whole body. And diabetes is a very serious problem. And you understand that, you understand the whole body. And diabetes cannot be just treated with chemical drugs that you take. Because chemical drugs most of the time produce the complications of diabetes. See, we don't understand this. Now just now Reddy was reminding me that he said, sir, see how interesting he is. Sir, you wrote a letter to the Prime Minister's office some time ago about vaccination, not to give polio, oral polio vaccine to children because poor children who are malnourished. Polio vaccine is very bad for them. And you know, sir, who wrote that I have written a letter to the Prime Minister's office to expose your letter completely to the public, not to keep it inside. But based on my letter, the office has changed now. They are now giving injection polio vaccine and not oral polio vaccine. But still, of course, some people continue because still bankers put the drop, ministers put the drop, so it's a big thing. So there is so much of hidden data in these things. I was so happy sitting here because Reddy Garu just told me, because day before yesterday I got a letter from the PM's office. Somebody has RTI application said your letter must be exposed. Do you permit us to expose it? I said, go ahead. I want everybody to know that. I want everybody to know what a foolish idiot I am. So that people know. So go ahead. And I permitted them to expose that. What I am trying to tell you is, we must get to know these things. Simply following the rest like donkeys or probably sheep with a goat in front and the goat is from the west. And when the goat falls into the well, all the sheep also fall into the well. But we must be led by a lion. If you are led by a sheep, you will always, you are a lion, you will feel like a sheep. But if sheep are led by lions, your sheep can roar like a lion and kill the other lion. So friends, the whole Western science of medicine is based on a very shaky foundation. Now we are building on a new foundation of quantum reality, and it's coming up now in a big way. And there is a big movement on evolutionary biology. We are not monkeys, and one of the leading figures in that is a woman. I'm so proud of her. Her name is Elizabeth Sartoris. But when you do these things and find out the facts, you are punished for it. You know, when I first wrote 45 years ago that cholesterol is good for the heart and the best oil for the heart is coconut oil, I had so much a problem that you just can't imagine what problems I had. But now, American government has put out a 553-page document saying that cholesterol is a friend, cholesterol is not an enemy, and coconut oil is the best food for man. But that has not reached the medical textbooks yet. Even now, many of our doctors are saying, hey, don't see coconut, it's poison, cholesterol is very bad, and give you statin and lower it and things like that. Cholesterol, if the cholesterol is high, you know, it's one certificate. The pathologist will say, your liver is doing very well. You will never get a cirrhosis liver, and you will never die of liver disease. It's a good certificate for you to say your liver is fine. By taking any drug for lowering cholesterol, you are blocking the liver and damaging the liver completely. So, things change and let's keep in touch with that. Your best bet to be healthy is not to read the internet or health books or read the health columns in the newspapers, which are all funded and paid for to advertise. That is why Mark Twain wrote a beautiful one-sentence advice. Do not read health books. You might die of a misprint. Absolutely true. What you should know is two things only. Work very hard. Work very hard. And want to work. You don't want to work hard, you will die. You want to work 24 hours, nothing happens. Work very hard. Obama was telling one day, I need to sleep for 7 hours, otherwise I can't work. This man, Modi, sleeps for 3 hours and works the remaining 21 hours. I don't know how he does that. That's because he loves his work. Navaratri, 9 days he was in Washington with Obama. He took only hot water and some fruits. All the 9 days. 60 meetings he addressed. Obama says, if I don't have 3 meals, I can't address it. That is because enthusiasm to work. Enthusiasm to work. He has taken it one step further now. He doesn't really stay in a hotel. The plane itself is a hotel for him. So by the time the plane lands in the country, he is ready for the meeting. Everything is done, he jumps out and goes for a meeting. And when the meeting is over, he comes back into the plane and takes off to another place. So no expenses in the hotel also. That is the kind of work you must do. Morning you ask, do I want to go to work? Even Sunday, if you say, I want to go to work, you will not die for another 100 years, I can tell you. Next thing is, because the germs gave you their DNA, and you are here because of their generosity, you want to be healthy here, you must be generous to others. So, you have to help others, not because they need your help. You need to help to survive. Did you get that? If you know this, you don't have to join Rotary Club or Lions Club. Your own club at home, you will do charity. Today what you do? You don't do charity. Even if you want to give something, you think 10 times. But I tell you something from my experience. If you are able to give somebody something, you are always very happy. If somebody gives you something, you are unhappy because you always say, they could have given more. You know, why did they give only this much? They could have given more. But if I am able to give something, I am very happy because I have been able to help somebody. That is because inherently, technically, logically, scientifically, you have to help somebody to survive. That's what Ayurveda wrote. What did it say? How do you help me remain healthy? Hita Mita Ahara Sevi. Eat food in moderation, but what you like. Don't say, oh, I don't like that, I don't like that. That itself is bad, it will kill you. Eat what you like. Suppose you like a bonda, let us say. Once in a way, you want to eat bonda, eat that bonda with happiness. Even if the water is poison, the poison will become a good food. Supposing you want to eat water and eat it every day, then you will die very soon. So, Hita, Mita, Ahara Sevi. The next sentence is so scientific. Samikshakari, work very hard, but love your work. When you work, you must love that work. That is why Hans Selye, who is a great researcher on stress, said, make your work your play, you will not get tired. So, how can you say, how can I know my work cannot? See, I always say, choose the work you love. Supposing you don't like that work, I tell them, do you love your children? Yes. Did you choose them before they became your children, that you like them and then they became your children? No, they became your children. Don't you love them? You love them all the same. So, you didn't want to be a bank clerk, but you became a bank clerk. So, if you want to survive, you must love bank clerking. Suppose you become a bank clerk and every day you say, I should have got to the medical college, I should have been like, an ass like me every day or something like that, then you will die very soon. So, enjoy what you do. And remember one thing, it's a very important sentence I always tell my people. Because you do a lower job, you don't become a lower man. So beautiful, but he who does the lower job is therefore not a lower man. Suppose I am a scavenger. If I am an honest scavenger, I do my work very clearly, keep my toilets very clean, so that everybody who comes to use the toilet says, oh, what a nice man, B.M. Green, he has kept his toilet so clean. I am a greater man than the owner of that place. So he who does the lower job is not a lower man. This philosophy should come to us, dignity of labor. Today, how do we behave? Supposing this is a big man.